Hey guys, be sure to like and subscribe. Today we're going to be talking about Forex and the SRRV. Okay, the SRRV right now is getting flooded. We're going to be talking about that. But first we're going to talk about the Forex. Okay, the Forex right now has changed from past predictions because a lot's been going on. And the dollar seems to be doing a little bit better and the peso is not. Let's just put it that way. With the tourist stuff going on where they're not letting tourists in and a lot of people are still out of work in the Philippines, it's killing the peso. You know, it's killing it. You know, the peso is getting much weaker to the dollar, so it's like at 49.13 to the dollar last time I checked. So it's actually, the dollar is strengthening right now and it's getting better. Now, I predicted before, and a friend of mine predicted it was going to go lower. But with everything that's going on, there's a lot of changes going on and a lot of loans going on and people taking out loans. And there's a lot of donations coming in for the vaccines, things like that. One of the things I did notice when I was in Tanzania was that there was a lot of vaccines being given out. There was a big line in Tanzania. And I was at the all home, all day supermarket place there at the mall. And there was a lot of people there. All the chairs were filled. They were filled, totally filled to the max. There was no empty seats anywhere. There was actually people standing there waiting to get the vax. So that was a change from what I saw in Tracy Martira's here. So it was a huge change because I saw empty seats and nobody coming in to get the vaccines in Tracy to over in Tanzania where the place was, you know, fully loaded. So that was a big difference. So I do see some changes as far as the vaccines, but I think it's one spot you're gonna you see hardly anybody, and then the next spot you see a whole bunch of people. Now Tanzania, I'm not sure why more people are getting vaccinated there. I'm not sure why less people in Tracy were getting vaccinated, or whether that has picked up since. But every time I've gone by Tracy, the seats are mostly empty. Okay, so that says something right there. Now, the VA here in Manila has opened it up for everybody now, and they've set some times for people up in Manila to get vaccinated up there. So there's this, you know, that all this stuff comes into play because people are worried about, hey, when are we going to hit the 70% mark where we can open up the country and start having tourists come in? I think Duterte said at 50% he was going to open up at, but I'm not sure if he's still going to hold to that because he kind of jumps around on what he says, you know. But I mean, I'm not going to get into that. But anyway, I do think at some point they have to open up to tourists because a lot of the places here are hurting. A lot of Tanzania Oasis is one of the places that I like to go to, and they have 20% off and 50% if you get a second room. So 50% off the second room. So that's a really good deal. They're trying to attract customers into the place. But if they don't open up to tourists coming in here pretty soon, some of these places are going to have to close. I mean, I see when I was down there, they had barely anybody. They had a skeleton crew working there basically. There was basically very little service there. They did cook for you. The bartender was also acting as the waiter there. That's how bad it was. Okay, that's how slow they were. We had the whole pool to ourselves there, which was really strange, you know. And that's what's hurting here. All these places, because they have a tourist-based economy here in some sections of the Philippines, Palawan, Boracay, you know, all these places. I mean, even up north, the 100 Islands, a lot of these places like Subic, because a lot of people come here and they like to go up to Subic and Angeles. A lot of those places now are basically dead. There's nobody there. So, I mean, with no money to be had, something's got to give. And with the U.S. back online and back up and running, almost normal, almost completely normal throughout the U.S. now, you know, I mean, that's the difference. So unless the Philippines starts catching up to these other countries and starts opening, I don't think the Philippine peso is going to be doing that well. In fact, I think it's going to be doing a lot worse. You know, a lot worse. You know, I think we could see us going back to 53 to 1, 54 to 1, 55 to 1. Maybe. I mean, that's my thoughts. I'm not a Forex person by no means. My friend says he could see it going back to like 52, 51 fairly soon if things don't straighten out here soon. He's changed his play on Forex. You know, he's thinking differently now because of the way things are playing out in the world. So that's just my thoughts and his thoughts. You know, like I think it might go back to 53. It just might. I don't know. I don't see the economy here doing that well. I do hear news reports that the economy is doing better, but I don't see it. I really don't see it. You know, I don't see it. I go into the stores. I see these restaurants, people waiting in line to get into a restaurant that's only allowed half capacity. So they have to wait outside. And all those people are not 3 feet apart by any means that are waiting there. You know, they're not 3 feet apart. So you might as well let them sit in the restaurant and sit next to each other. You know, that's just my thoughts on that. But, you know, I'm not the boss here, and, you know, my word doesn't matter here. But, I mean, I see a lot of crazy things going on here. And I don't see the social distancing. People just aren't paying attention to it anymore places. A lot of people aren't wearing masks sometimes. They're not wearing their shields. When I walk around the mall, everybody has their shield up. It's uncomfortable. It's hot, you know. And in most cases, I don't even think it's really needed. You know, I think most people in the malls are 3 feet or more apart. And if you're wearing a mask, you're pretty safe. But, you know, that's their policy, so we got to follow it until they change it otherwise. Now, to get back onto the SRRV, I want to switch gears here. Okay, the SRRV courtesy visa is the one for special courtesy visa. It's the one for military people. Okay, and if you served in the military, people are asking me, well, did you have to retire from the military? No. You have to be retired and you have to have a pension, though. And it doesn't have to be a military pension. It could be from a municipality, a company. As long as it says pension and you're making $1,000 or more, unless you're married, you got to have $1,500 or more, I think it is. You know, but guys, this is a good chance now for you to get a visa so that you can stay here. And if we have another pandemic, you don't have to leave. You get the SRRV visa and you're safe here. You're not going to get kicked out after 36 months because you're on a tourist visa. And that could change. These tourist visas could change. And there's a good chance that they might. Some people are saying that they have already. But I haven't seen anything to show that. What some people are going off of is they're going off the old tourist visa things at the embassies, that you can apply for a tourist visa at the embassy. Those are totally different ball game. Totally different thing. You know, but the tourist visa stamp, I think they're still going to do that when people come in here. You stay here 36 months. For them to change that at this point would be kind of crazy, because I think that's a big boom to the economy. That's going to bump it up a little bit once they open up the doors. And if they cut that back, a lot of people won't be staying here as long as they do, and then leave and then come back. I mean, it's a big bonus to the Philippines, because if they use Philippine Airlines to fly out and go to Vietnam, they're making money. The country's making money off of that. They're making money off the monthly fees that you have to pay, all that on the tourist visas. But remember, after 36 months, you get kicked out. So if they close that down because of a pandemic or something like that, after 36 months, you got to leave. You can't come back, and that's what's happening right now. We've lost probably about 2/3 of our tourists here or more are gone now. And when you walk through the malls, it gets less and less and less and less, because as we get up towards that 36 months, we're already a year and a half into this where they haven't just had any tourist visas. So I mean, we've lost, I know for sure, half, plus many more that just decided to up and go. And these people have just taken off and they're waiting for things to reopen or whatever. They went home for one reason and we're going to come back thinking they could come back. And then all of a sudden the door's shut, you know, and everything's changed. And that's kind of like the sad part about this whole situation, you know. But anyway, my recommendation to people is this, okay? And I'm telling you from what I see and what I'm hearing, that everybody is jumping into the SRRV visas, whichever kind you get. And you can go on the Philippine Retirement Authority visa page and you can check out all the different visas. There is a change on there, and it says it at the top if you read it. They're only doing 50 and above right now. So none of these ones like 35 to 50, those visas right now, they're not doing those. So just FYI, it's only 50 and above the visas that they're doing. They have other visas in there for people that weren't in the military, and you can get those ones. There's different types. You can look them over and see which type fits you. I'm not going to get into those. It'd be best to go on the site, the Philippine Retirement Authority website. I'll put that link in the description, okay? If you are interested in doing an SRRV visa and you need a good agent, the agent I have, I keep telling this to people. I've done a few other videos on this. You know, Mary Rose Baranda. I'll put her link in, I'll put her email address in there, and you can contact her if you want to do any type of SRRV. And that's all she does is SRRV visas, okay? And she does not charge. She gets paid by the PRA. So you do not have to pay her because she gets paid by the PRA. There's no other fee on top of that, unless it's some special request that you have of her. And other than that, you know, if it's the normal stuff to do for the SRRV visas, she covers it, okay? She gets paid by the PRA, okay? And she's really, really good. She's the lady that did mine. But a lot of people are jumping on this now. I've got a lot of requests, you know, for her address and her information. And like I said, I'll help you on the flip side too. I can answer a lot of those questions on your police report, things like that. I can help you, you know, get that together. Learning about the apostles, how to get those. I can help you with that, okay? I will, and I don't charge for that, okay? I don't make any money. I don't get any kickbacks or anything from the Philippine Retirement Authority. I don't get anything from Mary Rose. I don't ask for anything. I just do this to help, you know, expats over here and to help veterans, you know, get their SRRV visa. I help everybody, and I'll answer those questions totally for free. You know, you can send me an email or whatever at steven5975@yahoo.com if you need that information. But also look into the description here. I'll have Mary Rose's information there, and I'll also have the PRA website information on there for you guys, okay? So for you guys out there thinking about doing SRRVs, now's the time to start getting your stuff ready, because as soon as they open the doors, you want to have all those papers ready to roll. Now, they have something called an apostille. The apostille has to be done back in the States, and you're going to have to, you know, do a little bit of homework on that, where in your state you can get it done, or you can send it into the State Department and they'll do it for you, okay? And some of the capitals do it also. They'll do apostilling on like state documents like pensions, things like that, okay? Also police reports. Most states will do that. They'll apostille that, or you can send out your DD-214 to the State Department. They'll apostille that. Okay, so just FYI, guys, you know, this is a great thing for people. The cost is it's $1,500 you got to put in a security deposit. This is for the veterans, and $1,400 application fee. So $2,900 total get you in the country, and you can stay here for good. And with that visa, I call it the veterans visa because that's basically what it is. You pay $10 a year. That's it. $10 a year. You just call up the PRA, or you can call your agent, and then you pay $10 plus a shipping fee, and they ship you a new card back saying you're a member again, and shows that you're good for another year and all that. And that's all you have to do. $10 a year. You can't get any better than that, guys. You know what I'm saying? It's really a good deal. I highly recommend this over any tourist visa, and it's the cheapest thing that you can get out there today to get into a country, pretty much. It's one of the best deals out there for veterans. You know, I mean, I can't push that enough. For veterans coming over here, I think if anybody comes over here that's a veteran and tries to go the tourist visa route, I think you're making a big mistake. You're making a big mistake. Because all these guys now are getting kicked out of here, you know, because they're hitting up on that 36 months. Some of the guys come in like a month and a half before we had the pandemic. Now they're getting kicked out now. I mean, not a month and a half, a year and a half. A year and a half before the pandemic started. Now they're getting booted out. You know, you don't want that to happen, guys. Especially if you have a family or a girlfriend over here, or you have no plans on going back. Why do you want to take that risk? It's not worth it. Because these guys now, they fly out and they can't get back in because tourist visas are closed. So the SRRV visa is the best route to go, because you're not going to get booted out. You just stay here. You know, right now I have, you know, every year I just redo my visa from here, from my home. They send it. They send in $10. I send in a shipping fee, and they ship it back to me. Boom, it's done. You know. But anyway, guys, just want to talk about that stuff a little bit. Keep track of the Forex, though, guys. This could get a lot better for us. You know, that's what they're saying out there. So I'm hearing stories. I mean, could go either way. Who knows with the way the world is today? But I think it looks like it's going to start going up. It's doing pretty good. It's kind of bouncing around a little bit right now. I don't know if it hit a peak and maybe it's going to go lower. But it looks like, you know, according to what my friend's saying, he's changing gears here and saying that he thinks it's going to go up now. So who knows, you know? But yeah, my feeling is the same pretty much, because I see the economy over here. It's not doing well. It's not doing well. I don't see it doing well. Not in my area anyway. You know, I've seen a lot of street vendors and stores closed down, or they're half open, you know, because when you only have half the seats that you had before, you're only making half the income. So they've had to cut back on a lot of their help and stuff like that, and that's killing a lot of these places. But anyway, guys, God bless. Take care.